What's up, everyone? I'm here today with a topic that's very near and dear to many a working man and woman's heart, and that is coffee. Living in the Bay Area, being software engineers, me and my wife, we've come to find that a coffee habit can be much like your utility bills or gasoline bills. The expense can really add up. And these days, a premium cup of coffee at a nice shop in this area, you could easily spend $6 for a latte, add on tip, and your favorite alternative milk. You could easily be spending $8 by the time you walk out the door. Um, Kind of an anecdote. And I don't know how many people can relate to this, the older I've gotten more and more lactose intolerant. And so I've got kind of the prisoner's dilemma here where I need coffee, I love milk, and the combination of the two can actually really upset my stomach these days. Back in college, I used to, I don't know how many people will be able to relate to this story. I used to go to the spaghetti factory and I'd go with all my friends and they would give you the option of getting a free drink with your meal. And it was stuff that nobody really wanted. It was like milk, tea, or coffee. And so I was the guy that would make all of my friends get the glass of milk and give it to me. And I would drink like 5 glasses of milk for dinner. And it was great. If I were to do that these days, it'd be game over. So a couple months ago, probably the turn of the year, the Bay Area was taken by storm by an alternative milk called Oatly. And it's like the Tesla of milks. It's a milk that I buy because it's legitimately better than traditional milk, not just because it's an alternative milk. And so what I discovered as this trend was taking over is that Target started carrying an oat milk Stumptown in a to-go bottle that was like $4, and it tasted just as good as the stuff that I was paying $8 for. And so that was kind of a revelation to me, and I kind of went crazy and I bought probably 10 at a time. So now you're talking about spending $40 for a weekly habit of coffee for at home versus having to go to the store. I mean, it's still pretty spendy. So still able to get my fix, but I felt like there was still another better option in play here. And this cold brew Oatly Stumptown product gave me an idea that maybe I could make this myself for pennies on the dollar. And I believe I have, and I figured it out. And so what we're going to do here today is we're going to talk about how I did that. And we're also going to compare some of the different options you have for going this route. Because one of the things that I found was that the oat milk lattes that I would get at coffee shops at the start of the year tasted really, really good. But then as these alternative milk options became more and more available at supermarkets and whatnot, the taste of the ones from the coffee shop went down at the same time. And I believe I know why, and I'll explain it here. So what was happening is originally they were using this. And this is a Barista version of Oatly. You can see Barista Edition. And it costs $5 for 32 ounces. Pretty spendy. You're talking like $20 a gallon. But they started offering up this, which is just their original Oatly oat milk, which is $5 for 64 ounces or double, or $10 a gallon. And then they also started offering this, which is a full-fat version of the original Oatly, also for $5 for 64 ounces or $10 a gallon. And to my tongue, I believe that what was happening at the coffee shops is they switched from this to this, and the quality went down. I don't know if it's all in my head, it might be. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually try to blind taste test these three different options, me and my wife, and we're going to talk about the differences, rate them 1 to 3, pick the one we think is best, and hopefully when we're all done we'll have a recommendation for you. So there's 2 ways that we can do this. It's very, very hot out, so we're going to stick to cold drinks. I'm going to make a cold brew, and I'll show you how I do that. But that'll take 24 hours for that to be done. So in the meantime, we'll actually taste test using these. These are Nespresso capsules. They just came out. They made 2 different variants. The Freddo Delicato and the Freddo Intenso. And I've tried these already, and they're both actually fantastic as a cold latte. We also got an ice tray. Already have one. I bought another one, so I have a backup. These are actually pretty cool. I'll show you right now. So they're basically very flexible. So you just put water in, freeze it, and then the cubes will just pop right out. So what we'll do is we'll pour a certain amount into 3 different glasses of 1 of each. I will label the bottoms of them so I'll know which one is which. I'll add an ice cube, and I'll add a shot of Nespresso. Probably we'll go with the Intenso. It's got a bit more flavor. And then I'll have my wife come in, mix them all up, and number them 1 to 3. And at that point, we won't know which one is which, but we'll be able to link it back later. And then we'll do the blind taste test and see what we think. And just so you can see kind of what kind of a coffee habit I'm dealing with here. I mean, this was one trip to the store today, and I think we got like 100 capsules. It'll probably last couple weeks, maybe. But this stuff is fantastic. Highly recommend it. And this is going to be a fun afternoon. I don't know what time it is, maybe 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and we're about to go ham on coffee, so I'm excited. All right, and we're back. And we've got a lot to get through, and we're going to try to do it in one take if we can. So let's see how fast we can do this. Step 1, we want to make cold brew so that we can do another taste test to mimic basically this product here. So this is what I was talking about. It's a Stumptown cold brew coffee with oat milk original. And it's very, very good. $4 for one of these, 11 floral ounces. So to make the cold brew, we actually bought a Stumptown coffee beans, and we're going to use a grinder to get us some grounds, and we'll then use this, which is a what is it, a cold brew maker that you can buy on Amazon for $25 or so. So this is a filter. The beans will go in here. You'll put it basically under the cap, add water. 24 hours later, you have a fantastic cold brew. So let's start that. Take the cap off. And I think a medium coarseness on the beans is about right. So let's run this. All right. We've got our coffee grounds. I don't know if we've got enough in there, but we will basically fill this up.
Do you fill up all the way to the top?
Yes. I don't pack it in, but I fill it to the top. So we need probably double that amount plus a little, so we'll run it one more time, just a little bit longer. All right.
You've had this coffee grounder for what, almost 10 years now?
It's pretty good, yeah, it's been solid. What is it, a Bodum? All right, so the filter is full of coffee grounds, and then once that's done, you just attach the cap. And you put this on the bottom of this, and you insert it into here. And once it's in place, you can add water to the top of it. And then you'll basically just stick that in your fridge, and 24 hours later, you will have an amazing cold brew coffee. And then you can just mix it straight with the oat milk to whatever your liking is. So while we're letting that brew, we're going to do our blind taste test. And to do that, I've got 3 glasses here. I've labeled each one with a B for the Barista. So I'll add some of that now. What do you think a good height for this is? I've been kind of eyeballing it, but I think we want them to be the same height in the end.
That's about good.
I think that's about good. Oops, so, yep, 1 for F for the full fat. I want to get the same height, oops. Close enough?
Yep.
All right. And then O for original.
That's good.
All right, so the camera should be able to follow along so you know what's what, but by the time we're done with all of this, hopefully the 2 of us will have no idea. So next I'm going to add 1 ice cube to each glass, then a shot of Nespresso, and then we'll do the taste test. Do you want to turn the machine on?
Which one did you want to drink with?
The Intenso.
This one? Okay. Which one do you want? I'm just gonna grab one.
Yep. Just add the shots. While I'm gone, just feel free to mix cups up. All right.
We got this Nespresso machine when we first moved into this house.
I don't remember that one. All right, so now we're going to label them 1, 2, and 3, and I'll let you do that. And it's not really important which is which in terms of the label, just as long as it's random and we have no idea. So I'm going to close my eyes. Well, let's stir the last one real quick. All right, and then mix them up again without me looking. Say when you're done.
Okay, done.
All right, now let me mix them real quick. So close your eyes. All right, open. Label them 1, 2, and 3. Doesn't matter which one. Doesn't have to be in order, just however you want it, so we'll be able to link it back. Oh, tear off the bottom, make it smaller so it'll stick. Right it closer to the sticky bit on the top. All right, so we've got 1, 2, and 3, and now neither of us know which is which. So we're going to do a blind taste test, and with a little luck, we'll actually like the cheaper stuff. Who wants to go first? You want to go first?
Sure. Which one's number 1?
That's number 1. Don't give me your opinion. Let's keep it to ourselves till we've tried all 3. This is a lot harder than I thought. Because that's really, really good. All right, you want to try 2?
Sure.
Permission to speak out loud? No? You want to try 3? You try 3 then.
There is differences.
All right. I am going to say that 1 was my favorite, and I think 1 is the Barista.
I was gonna say 1 is also my favorite, but I feel like that's the original. I think number 2 is Barista, number 3 is the full fat.
All right, let's actually make this official. So I'm gonna say 1, so this is me. I'm gonna say 1 is Barista. I'm gonna say 2 is full fat, and I'm gonna say 3 is the original. All right, what are you saying? 1 is what?
1 is original. I think 2 is Barista. 3 is full fat.
All right. That's our votes. You ready? I don't want to look. Can you look? What do we have?
Full fat is number 1.
Wow. I mean, that's enlightening, but a little surprising. We're both wrong. Okay.
That's the Barista.
Oh, you got it right.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
I could tell that one was a lot fattier. And that one's the original. I could tell that these two were not as fatty as that one was.
So we both got one right, but the one that I cared about, which is the one that I wanted to taste the best, is not the one that I thought. But that's good because that means I can buy the full fat one for $10 a gallon instead of the Barista one for $20 a gallon. That's actually really useful information.
Saved you money.
Saves everybody money. I think that's it.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll wait 24 hours and we'll come back and try it again with the cold brew. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.